Hey guys, this is Jim, WT1W, and you're watching FEP Labs Radio. Thanks for stopping by, appreciate it. So you can see I have something covered up here. I've got a new gadget I wanted to share with everybody today. I have an 857D, which is a great radio. It's a workhorse. It's been around for quite a while. I don't know the exact date. And it is a 2 meter 440 and HF. It is a shack in the box kind of radio. And I have used this on the one POTA I did up in Huntsville last year. Used it on 2 meters, and I also used it on HF to do a POTA activation at the Montesano State Park. And the radio works fine. The problem I have with an 857, and a lot of you are nodding your heads right now going, yeah, I got the same problem, is the dang screen. Zebra striping on the LCD. Mine seems to be somewhat okay sometimes and somewhat not, but it's annoying because when it's not fully up there, it's hard to read it. And if you add to the fact that the LCD on an 857 is not exactly a large screen. So I went looking around for a solution, and I found this. This is a replacement FT857 screen. I believe this will also work with other radios. We'll double check that in a minute. The beauty of this device is, number one, it's a perfect size to sit on top of the radio itself or sit to the side. It comes with an instruction sheet and a cat cable. And this is the Yaesu 8-pin cable that plugs right into the back of, in my case, an 857. When you use the cat cable with this device, it provides power to the device. You can also power the device externally through a USB-C connector if you need to. And it also has options to run this, instead of with a cat cable, through an RJ45 and a microphone setup, and some options for using a tuner with the radio with this device as your screen. So you've got several options there that you can do. The cable and all that is all the hardware you get in this kit, and it's about $45 from AliExpress. The instruction sheet, there is not much to it. So this tells us how to hook it up for the 857D and the 897 series radios, and it gives us a couple of options. I opted with the cat cable setup. You can also use it with the cat in the front using an RJ45 cable, I believe, and running your microphone through the device itself and then to the radio. So that gives you an option there. You do have to have a couple of settings that you've got to go in the Yaesu menus to change to get this to work with the radio. But if you're using this setup, that's not a problem. On the back, it gives us a picture of what all the different buttons are on the radio, on the device, and how they work. Some of these don't actually have any connection, at least for the 857, they don't do anything. It talks about what each of those are and what they're used for, and a lot of them are not necessary. This can also be used with the 817 and the 818, and there's a little bit of messing around you have to do with that, and a slight modification. It looks like adding or removing a resistor or two. Don't have an 817, don't have an 818, so it's not a thing for me. The biggest piece of information on this thing is that they want you to plug this into the radio while the radio is off and not plug it in while the radio is on. Other than that, nothing much to it. So let me switch the camera situation around and let's take a look at what this looks like and what information it gives us. So we've got the radio hooked up to the device now, so I can show you what this looks like. I have to cut the brightness on this overhead camera way down so we can actually see the screen. The screen is very bright, and if I don't dial it down, then the camera overexposes and you can't see anything except a bright blue glow, or green or yellow or whatever color you want to call that. So this device does not show you the menus. You cannot use this to go through Yaesu menus, which would be awesome if you could, but this guy doesn't do that. But what it does show us here is, are we using VFO or are we using memory channels? You can see that right here. It shows us what mode we're in. As I change modes, you'll see that change on the screen. USB, sideband, upper sideband, rather lower sideband, FM, AM, digital, packet, so on and so forth. So that shows that. It shows us our frequency, and you can see on the far right side, right here, as I'm rotating the knob, we're changing frequency. And of course it shows us our power. This device gets its power from the cat cable that comes with it. So this cable comes with the radio, and I don't know specifically for the other radios, but for the 857D, this cable is all I need. It provides power. The device itself will run off of USB. It has a USB-C connector, so it will run off of a USB-C power supply. I think it needs 5 volts, maybe 12. And it talks about that in the instruction sheet that comes with it. For using this with an 857, this was literally a 3-minute setup, and that included reading the instructions. There are a few settings that you can change on this. Some don't exactly do anything, and it kind of says that in the instructions. Being translated from Chinese to English, I may be missing something on this. The one thing we do have is a way to change what the screen displays, and we can hit that, and then that will show us our power, SWR, ALC, and modulation levels on transmit. I am not connected to an antenna right now. This is on my desktop, but it will give us that information. Should you want that, I think the gravy of this box, sit, heel. The gravy of this thing is being able to show me USB and frequency, if nothing else, and keep an eye on my battery voltages as I use the radio. My particular 857 alternates, and it seems to vary a little bit between how much I've used the radio and how much it's warmed up, because it seems to be getting a little better when it warms up. Right now the actual screen on it looks fine, at least on 20 meters. If I change bands, which I can do here, and it'll show us our frequency change, and a little bit of a signal popped in there when I change bands. And again, right now my screen looks fine on this radio, but this screen is a heck of a lot easier to read as well. And the beauty of this thing, with the radio set up, you can use this and set this, you know, somewhere where it's closer to your face and easier to read. If you're using any kind of remote control software, possibly with this, you could control the radio and see the screen without having to look at the physical radio itself. So for the price of this, I think this is an outstanding deal. I will put a link to this below. It is an AliExpress link. I've shortened it just for convenience sake. It is not an affiliate link. This is just something I bought that makes my 857 useful without me having to open it up and do brain surgery to replace the actual onboard screen. As I said, my screen is still readable enough that generally it's not a huge problem, but it could be a problem, and if it ever gets to be that bad, maybe I'll actually worry about getting the screen replaced. But this is an old radio, and this does all I would need to use this radio in any kind of situation. So guys, that is all I'm going to have for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you share it on all your socials and click the like button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so together we can hack the YouTube algorithm and get this out to everyone else so they can see it. Thank you all. Have a great one. 73.